Hey guys, if you don't know who I am, I'm Savia Rocks, and I help people tell their stories, stay inspired, and get educated as they find the pride of who they are within creativity, but most of all, without judgment. Join us as we talk about
you really want to leave a legacy, do something for mankind. Do something that's going to benefit not just your children, everyone else's children.
I think our job as humans is to become the person we were born and peel away the cultural stuff that was given to us, the trauma, like peel away the stuff that changed us or that was thrown on us or made us small or made us go off track.
The biggest thing I've always found is when people think they know so much, then they start knowing so little.
And I'm making the right choice, and I'm showing up for myself, and I'm showing up for what matters in life.
Sometimes I think that trauma doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I think trauma can help you make choices in your life that turn something that started bad into something beautiful. So guys, welcome to season 7 of the Us People podcast with Savia Rocks.
Hi, I'm Chiara in Art X. I'm a multilingual professional, aspiring investment analyst with a background in investor relations and business development. I'm passionate about resilient, continuous learning and creating opportunity through growth. And we are at Us People podcast with incredible Savia Rocks.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Yes People podcast. I'm your host Savia Rocks, and today I have the lovely Chiara here with me. She works in investors relations, but also in audience development. She's an audience development professional, but also, even before we get there, there's something phenomenal when I was doing my research. Chiara has a degree in songwriting, and I definitely want to touch base on that too, because for me, everyone knows I songwrite and how long I've been songwriting for, and anyone who's in that area or field, I find it magnificent. But before we even begin, Chiara, I want to say thank you so much for taking your time to come on the Us People podcast. How are you?
Hi, Savia. Thank you so much for inviting me over. It's actually a very big honor for me. From the first message that you sent me, it was totally a surprise. I didn't expect to be even seen in a way, and you were able to see me. So thank you so much for this. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for this time. I'm very good. Thank you. I just put on my brackets, so I feel like a teenager. Maybe some, so I'm very good.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine. It's okay. So I'm going to go into my first question, which is, could you tell me a bit about yourself, where you grew up, but also how that influenced you to be the person who you are today?
Sure. So, I was born in Italy. I'm half Italian and half Peruvian. My mom happened to be in Italy with her sister, and then she never came back to Peru, and I'm here. And it was actually very nice for me to grow up in my city. I'm from Perugia. It's a very small city, a small town in Italy, very green. So I very much had a very big connection with earth and animals at the same time. And this really opened up to me a lot about like universe, sound, and everything. Until, for example, one day I did just for fun a little impro with I put one of my favorite producer on YouTube, and I sing over it, and I understood that I loved music a lot. But I think one of the most important person that actually shaped my personality was my grandma, my Peruvian grandma. And she was a person that always came every year to visit us from Peru.
Yes.
And she was the one that actually was bringing the music to my house, and the one that was making me sing, and the first person also as well that listened and understood that maybe I should study music, I should sing. And yes, from there, basically, I was very shy, to be honest, as a child, very, very shy. So she was the key that helped me open up a little bit even more. From there, basically, I also was playing an instrument with my school, which was beautiful. So I really was inside the music all around me. But then from there, basically, I moved to UK, and I studied my bachelor degree in songwriting. Before this, actually, in Italy, I did also a little course on jazz music, which was very much into improvisation. It was very beautiful. Yeah. Yes, I really, really enjoy it because jazz actually it really helped teach you how to express yourself very much based on your emotion. And this is something I very much brought with me in all my career and music at the same time. I see music as a very good way of therapy with yourself, I would say, and to speak with yourself as 100%. Well. And songwriting itself is the best way to communicate with your inner world and with outside, with other people, and to make other people understand you and also don't feel alone sometimes.
Tell me a little bit more about your degree in, because your grandma was a huge part of music and brought music to you. And I find that a lot of people who are brought up by their grandparents, they have a significance in their lives that make them say, this is what I want to do, or now I understand what music is and why I love music. But also with your degree in songwriting, can you break that down for the listeners, for anybody who is going into the field of songwriting? What is it like doing a degree? Because I never got to do a degree in songwriting, for example. They never had these courses when I was growing up. They never I'm showing how old I am. They never had these courses when I was there. It was either you just had a talent for it, or you just had to work hard, or you had to go into the field of music so that someone would believe that you had a talent within music. What was it like going to do a degree in songwriting for yourself?
Well, to be honest, it was a very nice experience because it really connected me with a lot of different creatives, and we get to learn a lot on like music theory, for example, which was actually the main reason I wanted to study songwriting, to even study more music theory, to be able to then connect even more within our music. I'm very fascinated about theory world and how it connects with maths, for example. But at the same time, I wouldn't recommend it for me, as it's a very delicate part of ourselves as artists. And in the way we studied, we had these sessions where we were showing to each other our songs and production, and it was these were very useful, maybe, absolutely, for like have fun and everything. But as an artist, it's very difficult as well sometimes to get feedbacks, because as a writer, you write about your own emotions. So you really like show up and you really like expose yourself and what you're feeling in the moment, and sometimes when it's not the best, where you were grow up as a pleaser, is not this easy to like open up emotionally and get criticized, even if the feedback is actually for your good sake. It's not super easy to take it somehow. So it was a mixed feeling. It was beautiful in the way of the academic side, so the learning of the music theory and analyzing, for example, other artists and songs and the progression and the beautiful connection to math itself, as I said. But then on the feedback side, I don't know. I would recommend to actually just express yourself 100%, not really inside this session. Maybe if like a shy person or like You are not very much accepting yourself in the moment. So that's exactly why I also say that music is a good therapy, because it really takes out a lot of you. And it's very, very important, especially if you had a little bit tricky childhood, I'd say.
Yes, I agree with that part.
So yes, everyone has his own then point of view. If someone is more sensible, not very sure about itself, maybe, I don't know if it's the right choice. But it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience as well.
See, I love that. So I understand that music is a wonderful thing to do, but sometimes a very hard thing to get into. But more and more I find what is wonderful is that people are learning to go into it themselves and become big within it themselves. And it's just the pathway sometimes that we choose. Sometimes we can come out of it for 10 years and then go back into it, and then you become big. It just depends on how life is.
Yes.
I fully understand that, and I know how hard and frustrating it can be.
Yes.
And there's always, I've realized in life that when someone is happy, they will want happiness for you in all your dreams and aspirations of what you do in your life. When someone is unhappy, they will try and take your dream away from you because they don't have the same talent as you, and they see your potential. They see how good you are, but they will try and take it away from you. That's not for you to worry about. That's for you to let go. But because we are, as people who are creative, we're very sensitive within ourselves, what we do and how we do it. We have a tendency to take things to heart because of who we are as creative people. But as I've gotten older and wiser, I've realized that the right people will come to you. And when they come to you, you allow yourself to be vulnerable. You allow yourself to be free. Those people will pick you up and tell you how good you are with your talent, regardless of what direction you choose to go in. It is your choice, nobody else's choice. So I always say that. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No worries. Also, something that I noticed about doing this degree that I don't really support, maybe, is the fact that we had this competition kind of side. We had to make it, but music is so, it's not measurable. It's not a measurable industry. You don't know what are the right steps to be able to make it. So this idea of you have to make it, you have to become the top one, is actually a little bit toxic as well to put inside each student. So I really believe that if you study music, you will study music for the love of doing it, not because
I agree with that.
Yes, not because you have to make it, especially in a university that don't even help you on, like, for example, connect with the industry itself. So that was a little bit a particular side of these experience as well. But yeah, apart from these, I really had amazing experience with music itself. For example, I was able to, during my uni, I was also able to sing in the Runner Scots or Royal Albert Hall, and that was amazing. And it actually, for me, was a great achievement because, as I said in the beginning, I was super shy. I was the shyest person ever in the world. I couldn't sing in front of no one. Just in front of my grandma. She was truly the key. She was like, we were having, for example, Christmas dinner, and she was like, shut up everyone, Chiara needs to sing, and I wouldn't sing. So she would start with me, and after I would start with her, she would let me finish and sing.
See?
So it was, music itself was it is still for me a very, very growing part of my path of my life.
I think you'll take it everywhere with you, regardless of where you go.
Absolutely.
And I think somewhere down the line you'll continue to manifest things within it.
Yes, absolutely. Something I want to do, for example, at the moment, is to keep doing my music, my songs, and everything, and just give it like more respect to it.
Oh, I like
Because when I after these years that you have to make it, you have to make it, you have to make it for what, you know? After this, I realized that no, I loved music, and in that way, it was becoming the love that I was feeling for it was like coming less because I was trying to get like a living from it. And actually, music is much more than this. Music is everything. It's vibration. It's energy. It's your feeling. It's connecting. It's connection. So yes, now I actually even enjoy even more music because I am really giving to it. From my perspective, personally, I'm giving to it much more respect. And help me take back the love for it, honestly.
I love that. So my next question kind of intertwines with a little bit of everything we've been speaking about so far. So it's, can you define yourself as a person, but also who do you see when you look in the mirror? But on the flip side of that question, has there ever been a time where you have looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back at you? How did you manage to go from a person that you may not have liked the vision of when you saw yourself in the mirror to becoming a person that you felt had purpose in the world?
Well, I would say my own personality was very much stronger than how I was thinking, in a way that I'm a person that for me is essential to like help everyone, be there for everyone, try to always help whatever I can, how much I can, and sometimes put everyone else in front of me in a way.
Oh, okay.
So when for example, I was doing this journey with this school that they were like, you have to make it, you have to become one, I couldn't accept it inside myself. As much as I wanted to, like, yes, live as an artist or whatever and be the top one, maybe, because I was believing that that's the only way, I couldn't accept it because I don't agree with some values. My inner values are stronger. So, I mean, I think I'm stronger in a way that I really, really believe in people, in community, in helping each other, in not comparing each other, and I don't care to be absolute like outside and be seen all the time. I actually care to be more low key and be able to help everyone I can. And I think that's my real purpose in life, is be able to, like, the things I learn, be able to tell, for example, something very interesting is like astrology, is like energy, quantum physics even, and that was also a very important side for me, for my healing as well. So this is something I always try to share with the people I care, with my own parents even, to help them to be able to like live even in a more happily way somehow. So I think this is my real purpose, be able to regain everything I was able to learn.
I think you're doing that regardless. I think you seem like a very selfless person who gives out to the universe, and I always believe that the more you give out to people, the more good karma you'll receive back. And I think that's so important to share and to know and to let people know, because sometimes we're very hard on ourselves as people, and we can get into a place where we might not be able to come out from. So it's important to always make people know how significant they are to the world. And even if people do not repay you back in some way, and believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. There is a significance to you because of all the people that you've helped, which is phenomenal. So keep being the way that you are. Don't change that, because that's just naturally how good people are. There is something that I read about you, and I think you just touched on it, and you said you were talking about the atmosphere and glow and a bit of the darkness and a bit of electricity. So it seems to me that you love things that are magnetic to you.
Yes. Yes, I really believe, for example, it's something that I always say. I truly believe the universe is the best parent and best buddy, one of the funniest buddy I could ever ask for. Honestly, universe is magnific, and the thing is, it's really the best teacher ever. Everything that happens to us is the best thing that could happen to us, even if sometime in the moments we feel sad, we feel hurt. It's normal because we are human.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
our human side, our human body feels the pain.
Yeah.
After, we just need to trust, basically. We just need to believe, to trust him, because we are in the hands of God and of universe. And we will see after some time that what happened is actually the best thing that could have happened to us.
That's
and
true.
to our life.
I've learned that.
So I truly, truly believe, honestly, that he's the best parent. And honestly, and the fun fact, I don't know if I can share something very
Of course
deep.
you can. Yeah, of course you can.
All right. So I had one of the worst long relationship in my life. Bless him, I care of him, but together we were not functioning in the right way. This much that I had this very unfortunate event where basically I had a little accident. But the thing is, I was able to get to the highest point of my career, which was singing in the Royal Albert Hall. It was sold out in front of 280 people, sitting and standing, and it was beautiful. At that point, my career was very good music-wise, and I was so pissed, so angry with life, with everything. How could have been possible? I was little by little put in step to actually get somewhere and be able to increase my portfolio and everything music-wise. But then I had to come back to Italy, and I was forced. I couldn't choose. So I was very angry. But now, thinking about it, it's the best thing that could have happened to me, because it made me realize that actually maybe I want different things in my life. And I love music, but maybe as a career, it's not for me. So I thank God for what happened in that moment, but because I was very much focused. I had to make it. I was still believing with that mindset they teached us, no? But thanks to universe, thanks God, I stopped I had to stop a second. And even though in the beginning I didn't realize it, after some times now, looking back, is the best thing that could have happened to me. And from there started a new version of Chiara, actually.
I like that.
Yes, and it was wonderful. And it's exciting, and it's amazing for me. So I fell in love, for example, with finance itself. I understood how much important it is, how much is actually very much connected with people itself, civilization. And this coming from a music, from an entertainment industry, which is kind of particular. How could that happen? But it's very, very much related. For example, as artists, sometimes we don't have enough for paying our rents.
Oh, yeah.
For even paying a producer, for even paying the video maker to make a video, And that's really influenced then a lot of, it really influenced a lot the artists themselves on even consider how to manage their own finances, how to manage their own life, where to live. I get to very, very very crazy places in my life to live because I didn't have money, for example.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to really, really, really follow a path that maybe was not for me. I love music, and music it's amazing. But maybe that path was not my destiny for the moment. Maybe for these years, we never know for the future.
Yeah.
But for now, was not my path, for example. And I will never allow this to happen to my kids, for example. And I don't want to go back to those places again. So then I had the chance to also do a course on Switzerland. I had the chance to meet with very, very interesting people there, and to even learn a bit more. The main thing that also made me fell in love with finance is the chance I had to meet one of the most brilliant mind ever in the world, I swear. He's Paolo Ardoino, the creator of Tether and the USDT. And he was also invited in the White House from himself, which some Bitcoin from him. Yes. And I mean, US. And he's such a nice person that he's basically creating, and this actually is very related as well with music and entertainment industry. He is actually creating an alternative of what, for example, the bank system was until now, and be able to give more fairness to people themselves. And he's also like creating, for example, a type of AI that is decentralized, so not controlled by anyone. As far as we know that media are controlled because they are private, you know. So he's also trying to like create a different option, for example, for the people themselves. And the thing that he was talking about, these amazing ideas that he had, and he was talking in a very specific way. I was like, no, I need to understand everything he's saying. And then from that I discover how is a huge world finance, and how beautiful and actually creative it is as well. We think as finance as a very like boring side, and actually no, it's a very important pillar for civilization. And it really touch human decision. And also there is a little side of finance that actually I'm very interested at the moment as well, is venture capital and private equity. Basically, it's the creative side of finance. You have to understand if a company has a potential, or you have to see if a company that is not doing very great could have a potential, and be able to take that company, build it again, help them again, and then cheer together with the profits together. This is amazing. This is like good karma finance, kind of, you know. So yes, I've been I don't know, this life, this time, it was a very amazing, beautiful profession, and I don't know, I am at the moment, I will say, and I'm very interested to learn much more. I'm so in love with learning, I would say.
See, this is why I like, because it doesn't matter where you started in life, and I always say this to people, you never know exactly where you're going to end up, and that's the important part of this. So I know you spoke about your grandmother being one of the people who gave you a driving force in your life to become the person that you are today, but when it comes to work and life, is there anybody else in your life that you believe are one of because I believe in life, everything happens by people giving us a chance to be able to become, to be able to live, to be able to show our talent. Is there anyone in your life that you haven't spoken about, for example, that you believe saw your potential and gave you a chance for you to help you on your pathway in finance or in music or wherever it might be, and helped you? Is there anyone?
Well, music-wise, I would say, in a way, my pianist.
Oh.
he's one of the most funny, nice person ever, and the best pianist I ever heard. He's truly amazing. His name is Marco Marconi.
Yeah.
I don't know, we kind of met energetically. Like, he also he never played, for example, at Royal Albert Hall. And with our project, we literally create this Latin jazz project. And with our project, we had the chance to play in very amazing locations, such as Royal Albert Hall, Rodney Scott at the festival, or play. And to him, because I remember that the year before when I went to Royal Albert Hall, I went to listen Bonobo, one of my favorite composer and producer. I love him. I love him. And I said to myself, I'm gonna come here to play, and we did, and we actually did. So in a way, I think he was the person like kind of helping this also to happen in a way. I don't know, or just us matching and really much loving what we were doing. And with finance, I guess I'm very finance. Company I worked.
Yes.
The last company I worked with, because I actually saw them in the corporate side and the retail side, and I had the chance to meet very, very interesting people there. But then, thanks to this company, they moved me they knew my interest in finance. They moved me to the finance vertical. So thanks to this company, actually, I was able to put my first step within the finance, exactly the finance sector, and it was amazing because this is a boutique networking event from New York, and so I was basically doing audience development manager, which was a mix between investor relation and program managing.
Yes.
And I had the chance to really meet beautiful minds, and I had a lot of meeting with them because we have to invite them as speakers or guests, and I was always so interested that every time at the end of the call I was like asking, so what did you do? What did you study? What was the path? I was trying to get like some insights. So I think everyone I met, honestly. Even if in a minor thing, even just one yes was very, very important to me.
If there was one question that you wished people asked you, but nobody has ever asked you that question before, what question would it be and why? Your face, she's thinking.
So someone never asked me in my life. I don't know what to answer now.
Okay, that can work. We'll come back to.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it because I like it when we have to think about the answers that we say. So it's good. It's triggering your mind. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is the early experience in your life where you realized that language had phenomenal power to you?
The experience when you
learned that language had power, like words had power to you. When did you realize in your life that words had real power in the world?
Thanks music, actually. That's also one of the reasons I also took like some time. For example, I am a jazz singer, yeah. But at the same time I am a songwriter as well. And the first production that I did, they were like the deepest, the saddest, the very. I am a quite happy person usually, always, all the time I tend to be.
Definitely.
and very positive. But then, in terms of music, I was really like sharing everything that I lived in the past, and I didn't really had like a very easy childhood. I lived by myself since I'm 16, and I didn't have the easiest childhood, I would say. So I really had a lot of inside myself that I had to like write it outside and take it and write it. And I realized as well that they were, yes, telling my story, but it was more for me to just spell it out and that's it. And I like more or less like the like Tom York with Creep.
Yes.
He doesn't want to sing Creep anymore. Why? Because every word we say is a spell, literally.
Yes.
Every word we say has its own energy. So the songs were amazing, beautiful. Like they honestly, I love them, and whoever listened to them, they loved them. But I will never want to sing them because I don't want to relieve that trauma on me. So I'm happy that I kind of like spat it out, and that's it. So in that exact moment, I had this realization that word has a very, very big importance. And also, like, for example, my mom is not she's very practical. I am very spiritual, very emotion and everything. She's very practical and sometimes too negative. And
I get it.
And studying and growing and fixing my own trauma by myself. I also like study, for example, as well, quantum physics and energy and everything. I realized that the way she, for example, speaks sometimes is not the best way for your own life because the mind is like a computer.
Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Mm-hmm.
So it is very important the data that we put inside our computer, and the words and it works with repetition, like the whole affirmation and everything. That is real. The more you believe something, that will manifest in a way. The more you repeat something, that will manifest in a way. True. So it's very important how you really want your life to be, And also, the nice part of my mom, she can be practical, but she's smart as well. She introduced me to Tony Robbins. I also worked for him, and he's amazing. He made you really understand how much important is your mind for your life, how strong you can be.
Yeah.
I walk on the burning coal, like barefoot, 2 times.
That's cool.
Yes, I did it. And that showed me even more how much we can control our minds and how much we can decide the states we are, and what we want to feel. We're not going to be 100% every day, all the time happy. It's normal. We are full of colors, emotions, but we can decide where to go in a way.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense. When was the last time that you felt totally at peace with yourself?
Totally in peace?
Yeah.
To be honest, last time, I don't know, this morning or when I was in Italy 2 days ago.
Oh, I like that.
Hugging my grandma.
I like that.
Yes. Like, at the end of the day, we need to, nothing is granted.
That is, I believe that too. Yep. Yep.
Nothing is for granted. So be able to, open your eyes and see outside, see the beautiful sky. It's not too hot now, Now is a good weather as well. So, we have so many things to be grateful for.
That is true. Yeah, I agree with that.
So, exactly. So yes. And also, I also try to meditate. It's very important also to feel calm and in peace. Even example, now that I'm in my job research, which is not easy for a lot of people to be in peace, because you want to send so many CVs. You think, oh my God, why I'm not receiving an answer? It takes time, so it can be very stressful. But it was meant to be our path in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and we can learn. Yeah,
I like that. That all makes sense. So this one I'm gonna love, because I would love to know this about you. If there was one song that was the soundtrack of your life, what song would you choose, and why would you choose that particular song?
Allora, I have to.
Okay, let's hear both. Let's do this.
Okay, the first one that came to mind immediately, so I think that's the one.
Yep.
Is Underwaterfall by Bear Crab.
Okay.
And is an amazing song. It's basically sound design, and I love it. Like, for example, the hi-hat is made with like the clock, the sound of the tick of the clock.
I like that.
And
that's creativity.
It's beautiful, and it says all the time like, this could be a dream. And I'm so dreamy, I'm so emotional. I really believe our life is like a kind of like a film, a movie, or because in the when you have like a lucid dream, you know. And it's beautiful because you can either decide what happened, but even just experience life, experience what you are in the dream. And everything, even every single connection with people is like a little universe.
Yes,
you know?
I agree with that.
You never know what is gonna like, what gonna blossom. Who are you gonna meet? What are you gonna learn? So it's very dreamy. It's very colorful. It's very nice. The other one is the Walk in the Sky by Bonobo.
Oh, these are good ones.
Yeah. Walk in the Sky by Bonobo is super elegant. I love it. I love it. There's this bass that is a super elegant. The voice of Bashka, she's so nice. She doesn't need to like express too much. She's like she's just like speaking, you know. And it's also how I also sing the majority of the time. I don't like to like scream too much. I like to just kind of speak. I always been told I was very relaxing.
Yes.
I am relaxing when people listen to me singing, for example. So I really enjoy the vibe because it's quite elegant, fresh, contemporary, nice, and also kind of passionate. Yeah, clean. I don't know.
I like that. There's an elegance to how you allow your words to flow and articulate yourself through music and just through speaking now, which is phenomenal. So keep doing that. So my next question is to talk about legacy. A lot of people have this definition in their mind that legacy is based upon when you are not in the world anymore. I don't believe that's true. I believe every day we live is a legacy. Who we are, what we do, who we speak to, how we speak with them, how our energy flows with them, how we connect with them is a legacy, because you never know what you may say to someone today, they may pass on to someone else tomorrow. What do you believe legacy or having a legacy means to you?
Could you define better for me what is legacy? What do you mean?
You know, legacy is a form of remembering someone and what they've done in the world and how they have done it. How would you define your legacy? What does legacy mean to you? What would you like to leave behind? What do you believe that your legacy is in the present of you being alive?
Well, I I would say I had the chance to meet a lot of people around the world because I lived in Shanghai, in Mexico, in UK, and in Italy, of course. And I would say the legacy, the nice thing I heard from all the people I met is that I was able actually to live a little bit of light in a way.
I like that.
And they will always remember me, which is amazing. And I have so many friends around the world, to be honest, and I always remember them. But in a way, because I really believe in human, I really believe in people,
Yes.
and I really don't believe in our own limits, because I had those, and I was so sad inside myself, and I was able to actually get to a place that thanks God, I can see things with so much love.
Yeah.
So if I can, that I'm a simple human, everyone can, honestly. Everyone can heal, can just be happy, enjoy the life and everything. So every time I interact with someone, I always unconsciously try to help resolve their own kind of limiting beliefs and not in them living in a nice way. So I really believe everyone has his own lessons, kind of.
Yes, I agree with that. Yep.
That everyone teach, and in a way, I have Peruvian roots. My grandma, she was a healer, I would say. So in a way, I feel I got this from her as well. And even though her life was, my God, very tough. My Peruvian grandma had a very tough life. She was the nicest, happy, beautiful, very resilient soul I ever met in my life, and I hope I can share her teaching to everyone through my words, through my presence.
I think you're doing that already. I don't think there's any question in my mind that you're not doing that already. I think we all take something from the people who mean something to us and who have taught us something, because everyone who we allow in our lives gives us some significance for us to be able to do, live and be. But also, more importantly than anything else, is for us to be able to understand what self-worth is, what our worth is in the world. And sometimes that can be very hard when you're dealing with people, like you say, who are negative, who see things in a negative way, who do not understand you because you're different. And I think being different is one of the most beautiful things that you can be in the world. I always say, you were born an original. Why do you want to die a copy of someone else, where you copy everything else that someone else does and you're not yourself? For me, it doesn't make sense. But sometimes I also understand, being open-minded, is that a lot of people are afraid to be themselves because they feel people are going to judge them.
That's true. But then you realize as well that maybe the people that are negative, they're very actually the saddest one,
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Because if they are negative and they criticize you, they do the same with themselves, because it's their way of thinking, their way of talking. So it's actually a miserable life. So I believe, I believe in words, and I believe everyone can actually step in their own happy version, because we were born like that.
Yes.
We were born like kids, and kids are not sad, negative and pragmatic, and they think about, oh my God, I have to do this, and the money and that. No, we were born like kids. We were playing with the world, and we had a lot of knowledge as well. Then growing up, we forget a lot, maybe. But we have our kid inside. Our kid is, for nature, is happy, is free, without this much bad thinking, or miserable thinking coming from also outside the society sometimes, So yeah, when I hear someone maybe being critical, actually I feel a little bit sorry, sometimes. And And especially if it's a person I care, but not even if I can, I will always share a little bit of like tips to maybe enjoy a little bit more, because it's funnier to be happy,
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I find that it's nicer to be happier in your worst times. It's nice to find some happiness in times when they are most challenging in your heart, in your life, in your future of what you want to become and how you want to become it. It's nice to find a happiness and just hold on to it with both hands. Yes. And in doing so, that gives you a gift of resilience and understanding, kindness, but also, like I always say to people, when you are in your worst state in your life, that is when you must be your kindest to people. Don't just be kind to people just because you're in a happy place and you feel like you have everything. When you are in your most challenging in your life, that is when you must give your kindest heart of who you are. And that shows who you are as a person. And that's so phenomenally important in our lives. So I'll say that. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think also like music was a great teacher of this as well. As an artist, you have to be resilient. You have to. There's no other way to keep going and not be resilient and not trying to look at the positive side of it. Or for example, when I had these amazing gigs, I always had something going on in my back, but in that moment, it was not just me. I was there for the people.
Exactly.
I was there for them, and we were there for each other. So even something was going on in my life, doesn't matter. Because life it can be full of like challenges sometimes.
Yeah, completely.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, if there's a challenge, there is a solution. Always.
Yes, I like that.
So yes.
So before I have a chance to say thank you to you for coming on the show, I would love for everyone to be able to find you, to be able to have a conversation with you, just like I have. I think one of the most beautiful things in the world is to be able to connect with people and allow that connection to be free. I don't believe in gatekeepers. I don't believe in them. Every time I meet one, I tell them off. But that's a whole different podcast. But for me, I would love for people to be able to find you, to know more of who you are, to embrace your energy and find out what you love about life, but also how you can help other people love life too. Where can people find you?
For example, I would say, for example, LinkedIn, Chiara Brugiati, or for example, on YouTube or Spotify, you can find me as Ash X, and Instagram Ash_Brugiati.
I like that.
Yes.
So I want to say thank you so much for taking your time to come on the Yes People podcast, for showing your love of music. Oh my gosh, your love of music and what it means to you, but more than anything, words and how they are powerful and resilient and how they connect with you and with people. But more than anything, taking your time. And I always say this, who we spend our time with is precious. So thank you for giving me your time and being open enough to tell your story to the world in your way. Thank you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much to you, actually. Thank you for this time. Thank you for the space, and thank you for contacting me. It was an honor, honestly.
You're more than welcome. And guys, I want to say thank you so much for listening to the Yes People podcast. And please remember, you can subscribe and leave us a review on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, or any other platform that you prefer listening to. You can also find us on the Us People podcast website, which is just simply type in www.uspeoplepodcast.com. And if you would like to find out more about Savia Rocks, you can simply go to the Savia Rocks website and just type in www.savia.rocks, nice and unique. And also you can go to the new website, which is Savia Rocks' songwriting website and her story website, which is just www.saviarockspublishing.com. So guys, from me to you, thank you so much for listening. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, please continue to be kind to one another. Take care.
I'ma get deeper, tables are turning, world in reverse, political burning. Where is the love? Where is the hope? Where is the faith inside? It's been misplaced, power being misguided, manipulation used for both sides, unjustified violence. You living it up in your kingdom where you're using the misguided ones to do your killing. You should be in front line, seeing the pain, taking the blame, seeing the souls that been lost and flown away. Where's the truth? We see the lies, we see through the darkness and the blurry lines. I'm about to dive in deep, the wheels are spinning, globes in rewind, political ablaze. Where's compassion? Where's the love? 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 Where's the hope? Where's the faith inside? How do you breathe and how do you feel? I get proof of lie you've been telling yourself. Get deeper, tables are turning, world in reverse, political burning. How could I breathe when I see people dying on both sides? We need to do better. Shell shock, yeah, imagine that. Powers pretending they don't even have